Does your goal seem too big or impossible to achieve? I hope that that I am about to share with you today will help you get unstuck and start pursuing that big, impossible looking dream. Whether it's to write your first book, start a podcast, apply for that dream job, go back to school, start that business, whatever your dream is, whatever your goal is, if it seems too big or impossible, I encourage you to look at it from this perspective. So, may it be that you are looking at your dream and calling it the goal. I'll say that again. May it be, could it be, that you are looking at your dream and calling it the goal? I always like to advise to think of it like a microscope. You can zoom in, or a camera. You can zoom in and you can zoom out. Your dream is the big picture. That is when you zoom out. I encourage you to zoom in. And when you zoom in, you're taking that dream and you're setting multiple goals. Instead of one goal, instead of one or two goals, you're setting multiple goals, right? And then you're going to zoom in again. For each goal, you're going to break those down into small action steps. And then for each step, you're going to identify possible limitations and limiting beliefs. This is anything, absolutely anything, any thought or any physical thing or person that can possibly hinder you, stop you from not completing that action step. Which, if you never get that step done, that goal doesn't get done, and that goal doesn't get done, so the next goal doesn't get accomplished, and then your big picture, your big dream doesn't either, right? And many people set goals at the start of the year, but then they fail to follow through, so their dream never comes true. They never manifest their dreams. It never becomes their reality. I don't want that to be your story, because listen, that doesn't have to be your story. So that's why I'm encouraging you to shift your perspective a bit and look at it a different way. Because when you look at it this way, when you look at, when you zoom in and look at it from that perspective up close, instead of looking at the big picture, it doesn't seem so big. It doesn't seem so scary or impossible or intimidating. It actually appears more doable. And listen, you have to believe that it is possible. You have to believe that you have what it takes to achieve every step necessary to ultimately accomplish that goal and manifest your dream. So if that goal seems too big or impossible that you set, that New Year's resolution, it's likely that you're looking at the dream instead and calling it, you're looking at the dream and calling it a goal, when in reality, that's your dream. But many times there are many steps that you have to take, many goals that you have to achieve in order to get to the dream, right? So let's take a really broad, vague example. Let's say one day you want to be financially free, or you want to be rich. Oh, okay, so that's your dream, but many people are calling that the goal. But really, that's your dream. Your goal is, what are you going to do to get there? How are you going to create multiple streams of income? Let's say that's your goal. Okay, that's one of your goals. Okay, so that's your goal, and then you're going to end up breaking that goal down into action steps, because you're going to have to take some steps to work towards creating those multiple streams of income. To break down that even smaller, each multiple stream of income is going to be just a category on its own. But again, many people have this big goal of one day, someday, being they dream of being financially free. But they've had that dream for years, right? But they're nowhere near closer to making that their reality, they're on track to one day looking back with regret, like, well, I always wished, I always hoped, I always dreamed of someday being financially free, but it just was too big. It was just too impossible. It wasn't meant for me. It is meant for you. If that's your dream or whatever your dream may be, it is possible. It is possible. But you have to look at it from a different perspective so that you can position yourself to actually take actions that will allow you to manifest that dream and to so that that dream becomes your reality. But if you don't take the necessary steps to get there, if you don't set the right kind of goals, you're likely to start. You might do one or two things and then you give up halfway. You don't follow through. My mission is to empower creative women to follow through, to stop dreaming but never pursuing, or to start pursuing but not following through. Your dream is possible. You are more than capable, and you and your dream is worth it. But you may be looking at your dream and calling that the goal, and that could be what's stopping you from and keeping you stuck. So allow yourself to go back to the drawing board and see what you can do different as it relates to setting your goals. What do you need? What steps do you need to take to accomplish your goal? What goals do you need to achieve to manifest your dream?